Banking for your practice. Finding the right bank and the right banker. I want to talk to you today about banking, and it matters more than most providers realize when they're starting out. Years ago, when I was investing in real estate, I attended a seminar by a man named Wade Cook. Wade had been unemployed and was working as a cab driver on the side while he built his real estate portfolio using other people's money. He had a saying about bankers that stuck with me. He said, "You can tell a banker a mile away, but up close, you can't tell him anything." And he was right if you're an unemployed cab driver, because banks are not in the business of lending money to people who need money. They are in the business of lending money to people who can use the bank's capital safely and profitably. That distinction matters. As a healthcare provider, you are exactly the person a bank wants to lend to. Providers are low-risk borrowers. You have a licensure, a defined service, and predictable income potential. The bank wants to work with you, but the relationship you build and the banker you find will make a significant difference in what's actually possible. Find the right banker. Inside any bank, almost everyone carries a vice president title. It doesn't mean much on its own. What matters is lending authority. Every banker has a threshold, the amount they can approve without going to a committee. That might be $100,000, $250,000, or $1 million. The more senior the banker, the higher that threshold, and the more flexibility they have to find creative solutions when a loan doesn't fit neatly into a standard box. You want a senior banker, and you're more likely to find them at the main branch than at a neighborhood branch location. The best way to find one is to ask your attorney. A good business attorney knows who the real deal makers are in your local banking community. That referral is worth more than any amount of cold calling. I'll tell you what it meant for me personally when I opened my first clinic, the first urgent care center in the Tri-Cities. I wasn't sure it would make it. There are 10 or more urgent care centers in this area now, but at the time, it was a new concept. My banker sat with me for hours going over the details of what I was building. He understood the vision. Then I attended a seminar and realized I had underestimated my capital needs by about 50%. I was sweating it. I went back to him, explained what I'd learned, and he increased my line of credit, doubled it. I needed every cent of it. That clinic may not have survived without him. Find the right bank. The second piece is finding the right institution for a local practice. The answer is almost always a community bank or credit union. Avoid the large national banks, Chase, Citibank, and their equivalents. You will not matter to them. Your loan will be processed as a set of numbers by someone who's never met you and never will. You won't get flexibility and you won't get creativity. At a community bank, you're a person with a story. A good banker at a community bank can structure a loan to make it work, even when it doesn't fit perfectly into their standard categories. I learned this the hard way with real estate refinancing I was doing at a larger institution. The bank had separate processing boxes for first and second mortgage loans, and my loan didn't fit either one cleanly, but my banker there was a good one. He restructured how the loan was classified and fit it in the right box. We went on to do 5 or 10 more loans together using that same approach. It made me a lot of money. At a community bank, a banker could have made that loan without all the gymnastics. When you're evaluating community banks, look at 2 things: capital adequacy and lending emphasis. Some community banks are financially stressed. You don't want to build a relationship with a bank that's stretched thin, and pay attention to what they focus on. In agricultural regions, farm-focused banks often carry substantial liquidity because their agricultural clients are generating strong cash flow. Those banks frequently have capital to deploy and are actively looking for solid business borrowers. Ask around. In most areas, ours included, there are clear answers about which community banks are the best business banks. Those answers are worth finding before you walk into anyone's office. Find the right bank, find the right banker. Build that relationship before you need it, because when you do need it, you'll be glad it's already there. If this kind of thinking is useful to you, subscribe to the channel. We publish new videos every Thursday. I'm Dr. Stephen Smith.